Hey everyone, welcome back. Have you seen the hack that folks have been doing where they are embossing with their Cricut machine? Well, I have been seeing it and I am currently absolutely in love. It is super simple to do. It did take me a little while to get my head wrapped around it. And now that I finally figured it out, I'm going to share it with you all, of course. But tell me that's not cute. I do have a surprise. Hubby and I are celebrating 20 years of marriage next year. And so I invite you all to save the date for our vow renewal because, of course, I'm going to take you all along on my planning. We are planning to have a bit of a celebration, and we are not going to be doing it here. We are going to be going somewhere else. Stay tuned for all of that. So this was one option for save the date. I have three options that I am thinking about doing, and I need to get on that because we are already in April. August is 4 months away. That will be 1 year until our party. And because we are inviting folks to fly out with us, I need to get these save the dates out. So stay tuned. We will work on this. I also did these double-sided. But in the meantime, let's get into this gorgeous emboss monogram. How pretty. First things first, we're going to head over to the computer and get this project started. We are back at the computer, and as you can see, I have my monogram in Cricut Design Space together with an envelope I found in Cricut Design Space under Images. This was just a trial run. I really don't know how I'm going to present my save the dates, but I wanted to try it this way because I feel like it is a very intimate affair and I might be able to get away with handing them out to everybody rather than mailing them out. I just haven't decided yet. But in the meantime, I finally got to learn all about doing this hack for debossing with my Cricut. And I'm in love, if you couldn't tell. So, like I said, I did purchase this monogram. Um, and I got the envelope from Images. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the envelope and I'm going to actually detach one of them and delete the score line because I don't need it. I don't need it, and it will actually help me in the long run when I'm trying to do everything else that needs to be done. I'm actually going to send it to the back because I do want to see the one with the score line. I'm going to align and center everything just to make sure everything is aligned nicely. And then I'm going to take my monogram and I'm going to place it in the center of my envelope. I am eyeballing this because for some reason Cricut is saying that's a center, which my guess is because of the fact that the envelope has a bit more on this side versus this side. So I am eyeballing the center location. Looks pretty good to me. Once I have that in place, I'm going to select just my monogram and I'm going to go ahead and offset this. And I want it to be a very thin offset. 0.02 inches was the perfect size offset. And I'm going to go ahead and click apply. Now that I have the offset, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, while it's selected, change my operation from basic cut to deboss. Once that's all set, I'm going to take the original design and I'm going to select the envelope that does not have the score lines and I'm going to click on attach. I'm then going to detach the envelope that has the score lines. I'm then going to select the envelope, the score lines, and the offset and attach those three. Once we have that, I can move them aside. You'll see that Cricut's going to cut this design from here. And then we're going to deboss the design into the envelope, put the score lines in, and then cut the envelope. You may be wondering, Melissa, what's going to happen to this envelope? Good question. Cricut will first cut this design out of the middle of whatever you're using to cut. It will then start cutting the envelope. What I did was, after it finished cutting my monogram, I clicked on pause and I released the mat quickly so it didn't cut everything else. I don't think there's another way to do this. That's the way I found was the easiest to get this to work. So once we have this all set up in Cricut Design Space, I'm going to go ahead and click on Make. We're going to first start off with the basic cut, which is on mat number 2. I've clicked on that, and I'm going to bring this down and line it up on the 5 and 2 lines. I'm going to open this up and make sure that that's where that's sitting. That looks pretty good to me. I'm going to do the same thing for the score, deboss, and basic cut. The reason behind this, which you'll see when we move to the craft table, is that when Cricut cuts our monogram, we are going to remove everything but the monogram off the mat and leave the monogram here. So now, when we put the new cardstock on, Cricut will then pick it up off your mat right here and then do the other parts it needs to do. Okay, everything is lined up. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. The material I am using to cut the monogram out of is acetate. I found that acetate was the best for this project. Some have used cardstock and have been successful with it. I didn't quite like the cardstock, and to be able to do it over and over again, I found the acetate was the best bet. But try both and see which one you like best, and of course use whichever one you're more comfortable with. I'll just search up acetate and click on that. And I did do more pressure because it is acetate and I want to ensure it cuts. For the actual project, there's only so many materials available to use, and for cardstock, I am using the medium cardstock. I would have used light cardstock because my cardstock is 65 pounds, but it won't let me do it. I'm not really sure why. So medium cardstock was fine. I tried on that and it worked out perfectly fine. I did not do more pressure for that. I did leave it at default. So of course, I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Once this is done, it will do number 1 after. And number 1, it'll ask you for the scoring tool. Then once that's finished, then it'll ask you for the debossing tool, and then it'll ask you for your fine point blade. So let's move over to the craft table and get this going. Okay, we're back at the computer and I have the acetate down. I just eyeballed it and it looks like it should be about here. So it's just over 4 to about just over 6 and to about just here. So this should be enough. Like I said, we just want the monogram. The whole reason why I have the whole envelope there is just so that I can make sure everything's placed in the right spot, because the monogram is going to stay on our mat and we're going to put our cardstock on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut right now and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I did have to tape down my acetate. It's very important that you use a mat that is sticky enough, but if you know me, you know what I'm going to say, not too sticky so that your cardstock sticks to it and ends up being damaged. I think my mat is finally seeing the end of life, and so that was a little difficult, but we got it done. And I'm just going to weed the rest of this because there's some bits here that need to come out. So I'm just using my braiding tool to make sure everything is stuck down nicely. We don't want any shifting to happen at all, because then that will be the end of our project. So I think if you want to do this for a few projects, you're going to need a mat that's probably closer to brand new than what I'm using currently. And I'm even using a light grip mat. So now I'm going to line this up. You may remember we lined this up on the 5 at the second one. Yep, just like so. The monogram is right here. And once it starts doing its thing, we'll get a better idea of what it's going to look like. I think we're good right now. I'm going to braid that down, and then I'm going to add a little bit of tape just because I'm a little bit afraid of this mat now. Okay, let's get this going. I'm going to bring you down to see this next part. For this part, we need 3 blades. Well, not blades, but 3 pieces. We need the scoring piece, we need the debossing piece, and we need the fine point blade. Cricut's going to tell you what to do. For me, I need to put the scoring wheel in first. It did originally ask me for the double scoring wheel, but I just changed it to the single scoring wheel instead. Place that in here and let it do its thing. Once it does its scoring, I actually just felt around and I can feel the monogram right here. So I know we are good to go. And now I'm going to put the debossing blade in, or tip. If you're using something other than the maker, I will have to test out as we would only have the scoring stylus available. So I'll test that out and I'll get back to you all on that, or create another short tutorial on that one. Now it's doing the debossing. I'm going to bring you guys closer because it looks so good. All right. Then lastly, we are going to cut the envelope. All right, I'll meet you back at the craft table. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. Remove this. And there you have it. I did put more pressure by accident, so it went a little bit too hard right there, and it just tore the paper ever so slightly. Do not put more pressure like me, but we can just fold our envelope like so. And voila. Absolutely gorgeous. And here it is on some other colors, or on a different color. These two are the same. So more pressure is a no-no when debossing, as it may rip your cardstock. But how gorgeous is that? It looks so elegant. I'm so pleased with it. And I really hope you all can see, oh, I think you can, the acetate sitting there. Each and every piece of cardstock I put on, I'm going to put in the exact same spot at the 2x2 mark. So I'll start here and go across. And that way you will end up with the perfect monogrammed envelope every single time. One thing I thought about while editing, and I thought I should share it, is that you can go ahead, cut all the envelopes, score all the envelopes first. Once all that is complete, then do the embossing, because then you'll be able to place your envelope the way we had it, which was, where's that, 5, and on the 2 line, just like so, which will then emboss in the exact spot it's supposed to. That way you eliminate having to move the attachments, putting all the cardstock. Well, you're gonna have to put the cardstock on regardless, but we have 3 attachments we have to be removing and adding, removing and adding this way. If you cut all the envelopes first, then you're just leaving your embossing tool in or debossing tool in and placing the envelope in the right spot each and every time so that it can pick up that monogram. So that would make things a lot easier and not having to be switching out attachment after attachment after attachment each and every time, which will be a little bit of a cumbersome thing. So get all your envelopes done one day and then emboss the next day. And there you have it. How simple was that? As I mentioned, you can definitely get the monogram off of Etsy. Just search up digital monograms up there and get somebody to create one for you, which is what I did here. Or of course you can create one yourself if you have that talent. I don't, so I had to get it made for me. But please tell me what you think in the comments of this. Tell me what you thought about the video in general. Did you find it was an easy one to follow? If not, let me know. Let me know where you're stuck on and we can figure it out together. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous week ahead. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye now.